Hey, what's up? It's Rashad. Hanging with the Joneses, Obi-Wan, Part 6. All spoilers. Gotta talk about the thing to talk about the thing. We've been doing all these, so if you haven't seen any of my reviews, go back on the channel and check the rest of them out as well. Last episode vibes here. We have Reva, who goes to Tatooine to try to essentially kill Luke. Obi-Wan and Vader with their final face-off for this little, this season. Those are the main two storylines we have. And those two storylines get wrapped up pretty decently. They kind of are interwoven, but I want to talk about Reva first. Reva essentially goes to Tatooine. Reva is hurt. She tries to find Owen, some dude in the town. Tells her, hey, like, you know who Owen is, and then the dude sees Owen later on. Reva goes to the moisture farm of Owen and Beru. Beru actually was the one that was like, hey, man, we're not running no more. I'm not going nowhere. We're going to fight. Which I was very surprised because, Beru on screen has been a non-factor. So giving that actress something to do as well as her character something to do was really good. They set up shop at home. Reva comes in at night, tries to take him out. They're shooting at him. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty, I won't say a heroic scene, but it's admirable. It's noble of them to try to protect Luke like they did. Luke ends up running into the desert. Reva ends up catching up with him. Luke falls down, knocks unconscious. Reva tries to go in for the kill. Reva, however, could not do it. The trauma she's going through was like, yo, I'm just basically doing the same thing. I'm killing myself. I'm not sure if this was like the forced way of protecting Luke or this was just her own conscious son to actually really get at her and say, hey, what you're doing it's not really the way to go. While that's happening, we have Obi-Wan, who's on the transport with the rest of the people from the last episode, and they're trying to get to some planet called Tessin or whatever. Darth Vader is right behind them. He's shooting the ship up. Obi-Wan's like, hey, man, y'all got to sacrifice me. So Obi-Wan goes into a smaller vessel, goes to this little random planet. Vader says, look, I don't care nothing about them. Follow Obi-Wan, prepare my ship. We have a duel. This duel is pretty good. Obi-Wan, of course, has been powering up the entire time. And the Force has been growing stronger and stronger with him since he's been tapping into the Force. A lot of the fear he had to actually face him is starting to leave. So we see more confident Obi-Wan, who's remembering that, hey, like, I'm strong in the Force too. Darth gets the upper hand at first. Vader separates the ground, throws him in the ground, and just throw rocks over top of him. Vader's gloating, slowly walks away because he ain't got no speed. Obi-Wan is in there using his last bit of Force. He starts to see visions of Luke, of Leia, then boom, gains his inspiration, blasts out of there, then really starts to engage with Vader in a way that makes him essentially the victor. Oh, yes, okay, so Obi-Wan's tagging him, and he hits him in his face, just like on Rebels when Ahsoka and Vader were fighting. We get to see a cracked helmet and get to see some of the face of Anakin inside. The sound design for this part was spectacular.
Anakin's gone. I am what remains.
That was the best part for me. They did a really good job of sound design with Darth and Anakin. Obi-Wan gets to make amends with Beru and with Owen. Owen lets Obi-Wan meet Luke. Leia and Obi-Wan get to have their final goodbyes, which was really good. He has a very warming scene where he explains to them that he does know who her parents are, and explains the attributes of both parents and how they are, embodied in a very positive way in Leia. Almost forgot. Qui-Gon Jinn shows up at the end. That's it. Overall, for this series, the series was pretty. It was decent. There's some very Star Warsian things that went on that people got really pissy about, but I'm like, it's Star Wars. Like, this is how it's always been. It's gonna be like a tad bit of goofiness, a little bit of camp, and a lot of heart. Like, the heart is what is supposed to be the point of the whole thing. the whole good versus evil. I'm not gonna make a good decision. I'm not gonna make a bad decision. Like that whole thing is really the essence of Star Wars. You can kind of tell that this was once going to be a movie because it flowed like a movie, not like a TV series. But it was, I didn't care. Like it was cool to see that. Even all the the hate when it came to like certain characters like Reva, or even like some of my disdain for Leia at like during the beginning episodes, and some of the tropes that they were using, it all kind of it made sense as an entirety, as a as a whole piece. Pretty solid series. If I was rating it, I give it like a strong B minus. That's all I have for this one. We'll be reviewing Miss Marvel later on, me and Maddie. And yeah, till the next time.